longer a panda bears. In the 3 R's, reading, writing, and arithmetic. His speech title is A Man's Worth. So, help me welcome Curt Baker, A Man's Worth.
A Roman philosopher is actually an emperor named Marcus Aurelius. He's my hero. He's my personal hero. And he wrote a book about metals, basically, talking about his thoughts as he was on a pilgrimage in battle. And one of the things that he said that really impressed upon me was that a man's worth is no greater than the worth of his ambitions. And I studied on that point, and I wondered, where do ambitions come from? Where can you find ambition? Do they instill in us from other people, or do they just appear in our head? Why do they happen? And I thought about that for quite a period of time, and I came across a book called Psycho-Cybernetics. Raise your hands. How many people have seen this book? 1, 2, 3. Okay. The rest of you, I promise you, I'm not going to sign you up for Scientology. This is not okay? Maxwell Maltz was actually a plastic surgeon. And he did a study on his patients where he did a surgery on him. And for some patients, he would do corrective surgery on their nose or something like this, and they would change immediately and be a completely different person after the surgery. And then other people, he would do the same surgery, and their life would continue to be a misery. And he wondered, why? What is the difference? The surgery is the same, the outcome is the same, everything's the same, but the people reacted differently. And so he launched into a study to try to figure out what it is. And he determined that it was more of the subconscious mind that controlled this. But the subconscious mind is not something that is just going to propel itself automatically. You have to actually program it. You have to feed it. You have to cultivate it. And that was the key to the entire process, is realizing that the subconscious mind is actually a mechanism that you can program for good or for bad, depending upon what you want to do. So he launched into an idea that if you would channel your energies into a hard focus as to what you wanted in life, you would be able to create these answers out of thin air. Thomas Edison did it. That he can sit in a room by himself for a period of time, quiet, and just think through a particular problem, and then forget about it. And then, lo and behold, weeks later, the answer would arrive to him, just appear out of nowhere. And so, the study goes that how can we utilize this for our own benefit? And the process is, well, we first have to determine what our goals are. Everybody has general goals that we get from the media or our parents or something, but what are your real goals? What do you really want? So the exercise that I've come up with is basically a fantasy exercise. In that, if you had unlimited resources, so unlimited good looks, unlimited money, unlimited luck, unlimited education, unlimited everything, unlimited girlfriends, whatever it is that propels you forward, okay? Maybe that's not such a good thing. You had all these things before, what would I do? People would say, oh, well, I would get a Ferrari. Okay. I would help the starving children. That's okay, too. The idea is to try to exhaust your imagination of every single thing that you could possibly do if you had all these unlimited resources. And then we would create this list of all these things that we do, and we divide the list up into categories. Some are spiritual, some are material, some are educational. But again, we're creating a roadmap, a pathway to program into our subconscious mechanism to propel us forward. So once we determine what our goals are and what we want to do, then we're going to visualize what these things are. So for example, let's say that I had a dream that I wanted to have a Porsche 911 Turbo. And those cars are fantastically expensive, and how could anybody possibly afford something like that? But I started to envision it, and I started to feel it. So I would go to the movies in my head. So I would walk down the aisle, I would find a seat, I would sit down quietly, and I would visualize in my mind's eye watching a movie of me getting in this car. So I would walk over to the car, and I was very, very specific about what I felt at that moment in the five senses. So I wanted to feel the temperature of the door handle. I wanted to smell the leather as I sat in the car. I wanted to feel the cool air blowing on me as the air conditioner turned on. So I wanted to experience what this was like. Because the reality is that your conscious mind works in circles. The subconscious mind works like a gyroscope in a torpedo. It has a point A, and it's going to get to point B. And it weaves its way by correcting the path. It weaves its way until it finally gets to the target. The same thing with the subconscious mind. After I dreamed all this, I forgot about it. Well, guess what? Opportunities appear, one after another. Before you know it, I bought a Porsche. And then I had that one, I sold another one, and now I'm picking up my Porsche, my 911 Turbo is actually in Miami. It's being shipped up here next week. So, again, anything is possible if you really want it. That's the whole thing. But it's your responsibility that you have to determine what's important to you. The mechanism is completely impersonal. It doesn't care positive or negative. So you could, likewise, I could program it for a very negative trait. To say, you know what? I'm slow, or whatever it is, like my last speech talking about that. That was the programming that I put in my subconscious mechanism that propelled me into this defeatism that inhibited my growth. So the point is that each one of you have the responsibility, number one, to determine what your goals are and what is it that you want to be.